Hey everybody, it's me, Mr. D, Mr. D classroom. I have been doing videos in a while, man, because I still got my contract with the school system. And I'm dealing with baby kids over there. I'm still working with these youngsters. I don't know if you guys remember Bebe's kids, because I know you're kind of young. I'm in my 60s, but Bebe was this brother who had a bunch of kids. And every time he went anywhere, everybody be like, "Oh shit, here come baby kids." Man. They be tearing up. Your place to go, they tear up shit. And that's what I'm dealing with now at the school. I mean, I got kids that grab me, but Mr. D, they grab my face, they sneezing in my face, they coughing, and these kids, man, they be lifting up my shirt and shit, and try to grab my back. Man, hey, I can't do that shit. This is a public situation, man. Teachers and principals be watching the shit, so I got to keep them at a distance. But the kid's crazy. But anyway, I wanted to make a video today. I get a lot of calls and emails about child support. And I try to stay away from child support and mortgages, because I've helped a lot of people with these mortgages, and the government, these banks are just corrupt, man. They don't care. And a lot of times we're dead on with the stuff we're supposed to be doing, but they ignore it. They ignore everything that they're supposed to do. So I'm gonna give you guys 4 steps or 4 different things you can do to discharge child support. And you could do some studying on these, because I don't put everything up and just show you guys how to do it, because if you want to learn how to do this, you've got to get in there. You've got to learn all the nuts and bolts. You've got to look at the situation and go through different channels, listen to different people, and put all that stuff together and find out exactly what you need to do this. And all the information is out there. So one thing you can do is write a promissory note. You can do that. I consider that's a negotiable instrument, and it's a promissory note. And all you do is you put that promissory note together and put your terms in there, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. And that's one thing is, everything you do, make sure you have it notarized. But you send a promissory note to the agency, and because that's a form of, it's like a form of fiat currency. It's a payment or a discharge of a commercial presentment, because anything comes from child support is a commercial presentment. And it may be initiated by a spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend that wants to get paid for supporting the kid. And even though you should do that, support your kids, take care of them, man. But when the government gets involved, that child support changes, because they get, let's say, they take about 60% of the money that they take from you. Like, I had a child support case. Excuse me. I had a child support back in, God, that's had to be like 15, 20 years ago. And they took, I think they took $18,000 out of my bank account. No, it was 18 they took out of my bank account. And out of that 18, they sent my ex, and she was my girlfriend, and we have a daughter together. They sent her 6,000. They kept the rest. So, it's a scam what they're doing. So, but anyway, so what I suggest is that you guys, you can do a promissory note. This is like I said, it's a commercial entity. You send that to them and use all the laws, rules, and regulations that apply to that. I don't like using all those. Most of the times I write my papers differently, but you go ahead and, you can cite those if you want. All the rules, like, HJR 19273-10, that public law. So all those, use what you can and send that promissory note off. Make sure you send a registered mail return receipt. The next thing you can do is do an acceptance for value. What you have to do in acceptance for value is make sure that you get a true bill from them. Tell them you want something in writing showing how they came up with this amount and what this alleged debt, how much you owe on this alleged debt, and make sure it's in there so that you can accept that for value and return it. The other thing you can do is if they do send you a bill, true bill, make sure you're asking for a coupon. Or if not, turn that statement into a bill. And they say you can't do that, but I've done it. I mean, you got to get creative with this stuff because this government this despotic. It's a hard corporation to deal with because they're not following the Constitution. They're supposed to, and they always say that, public and private don't mix. They mix it. No matter what anyone tells you, they mix it because what they do is if they can't mix at the time, they change the law so they can mix public and private. So I look at it this way: anything you do, I can do. Because I'm the creditor, and that's how you have to start looking at this government. They start, changing rules on you. Hey, address them, deal with that. And you're the creator of all this money. Act like it. Say, look, you guys are changing the rules at every turn. So here's my new stipulations. Another thing I'm going to tell you guys about a letter. You can write a letter to them, but put a letter with everything you send and explain to them why you have the right to do what you're doing. So that's the other thing you can do. You can do that acceptance of value, and then there's the coupon. We already mentioned. I mentioned that a few minutes ago. So with the coupon, just take that, turn it into a money order. Make sure you write on there money order. And whatever the amount is, never write your amount in. If they send you these boxes, never write your response in those boxes, because a box is under the four corners rule, and if it's in a box, it doesn't exist. So you could put it in there, and they'll say you never paid them. So I always cross out the box and I write the number underneath, and I do it just like it's a check, and I write out how much it's going to be. So you can do it that way. And then you could also discharge your child support with the 1099-C. And I had to think about that one for a while, and this is under my own perception here, and my own understanding of how a 1099-C works. And it's because I noticed that a 1099-C will cancel or discharge an alleged debt or a true debt from a corporation, and all corporations fall underneath the large corporation called United States, or what you call it now is the United White House Office Corporation. But when you do the 1099-C, there's a guy under it's called Sovereign Productions 369. He's got a great example up there of how to do it, because that's how I do mine, almost exactly like that. I have a few different things that I do, but the dude is dead on about how you want to go ahead and discharge the debt using your 1099-C. And so if you get a chance, check him out. It's under Sovereign Productions 369. I may leave the link below, but I'll be forgetting shit, man. So it may be there, it may not, but that's why I'm telling you, do your own research, because I do this, I don't do this for a living. I just do this because I think people need to know. So sometimes I'm on, sometimes I'm not. But anyway, and remember, after you do all these different things, the promissory note, acceptance for value, the coupon, 1099-C, always sign it with your beneficiary signature. All right. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say. This is Mr. D, Mr. D's Classroom. Remember, happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy, and you are whatever comes after I am. Peace.